Well, that was the easiest part. You'd have thought they'd had a better security system than that. Especially seeing as important as these papers are. Security of the realm, insecurity is more like. These pieces of paper are going to make us millions when we put them up for auction.
Oh, I'm still not sure about this. Oh, it's all right robbing people safe from their jewels of the upper classes, but stealing state secrets? Oh, you better be right about all that money. Oh, else we need it to get out of here.
Don't worry about that. This is going to make us millions. We'll be on our way to South America before you know it.
Oh, I hope you're right.
Hang on. You hear that?
Sirens. Oh, that's safe. It must have been attached to the local police station. Oh, the security was obviously a lot better than we thought. What should we do?
Run. There's an ash just down the road. Break in there, hide stuff, come back for it when the heat's died off. Now, come on.
We should have just robbed this place. That's much more up our street. Oh, these antiques must have been worth a fortune.
Forget about it. We've got all the loot we need. Just need somewhere to hide it. Oh, here, look. We can pop it around the back of this ancestral portrait. Doesn't look like it's been moved in years. Just pop it around the back. Saves us until we come back for it.
Lord Buckridge. Funny looking goat, isn't he? Oh, well, I guess this is as good as any. There. No one will ever know.
Brilliant. We can come back for it in a week or two, and then it's paradise for you and me.
Oh, I've got a funny feeling about this, that this job is just going to go wrong.
You're just a pessimist. I mean, what can go wrong? I mean, who's going to think of looking for missing state secrets here? Now, come on. I'll buy you a drink down the open anchor.
Well, a warm welcome back at this new year at Grimsthorpe. Well, not quite that warm, as I'm sure you may have noticed, as I am afraid our boiler is broken. So I'm afraid that means no more heating or any warm baths for the foreseeable future. And, well, we don't have the funds for any repairs. And, well, whilst we are doing splendidly with our academic achievements, we have no new recruits. So, unfortunately, our funds may not see us out until the new year.
What Mr. Potts is saying is that the school is in dire need of new students and money. If we were to gain some kind of scientific or sporting achievement, that may help. But the fact is this, we only have till the end of term in which to raise the money, or the bank will insist we close the school and send you all away. Now, I know that's bad news, especially as we're getting on so well now, but there it is.
Thank you, Mrs. Braff. Now, I'm sure something will come up, so there is no need to panic at the moment. However, we are off to the school chapel to offer prayers for some small miracle. Thank you.
Right. That is a spot of bad news. Not what I was expecting at all. You see, I thought we'd get the work hard, play hard sort of speech. The one we get every year.
Instead we get the, "Dear John, you're on your way." Well, commissioners, especially you, Anna.
Mrs. Why are you leaving?
You've heard old Potts. School's finished. We sent away to find new nests.
Giving up so quickly. Perhaps something will come up, like a miracle. We might find hidden treasure.
Or win a science competition. I'm bound to invent something amazing.
That works. Well, we won't win any sporting trophies, that's for sure.
I don't know, actually. You know old Budge, you see, he's in the county shop for the filing. You see, he may even represent England's schools.
We need a cash-winning idea. A fundraising event.
A fashion show. A boy v girl softball competition. A jumble sale. You make hundreds at a jumble sale.
We may be on to something there. Let's speak to old Crack and see what he has to say about the matter.
Excellent initiative. Excellent, don't you think, Mrs. Brough?
Oh, it's splendid. It's so rewarding to see you all working together and not trying to electrocute each other, whatever it was you got up to last time.
Yes, miss, we've moved on. Now, what do you think? What's the best idea?
I like all of them. I think we should do all of them.
What? Even the fashion show?
Oh yes, especially the fashion show. I think it'll be most amusing.
We could get to wear our beards again.
Well, yes, quite. Well, very well, off you go. Well, do let us know about your progress and we'll continue to speak to the governors about the wider issues. Hopefully your little schemes will bring out sufficient funds to keep the school going at least until the new year.
And in the meantime, I'll invent a way of heating water using sunlight. Maybe a solar-powered battery or something.
That sounds like science fiction. But go ahead, if it makes you happy. Who are we to deprive you?
Right, I'll sort out the jumble sale then.
Anna and Lucy can do the fashion show. And I'll arrange a softball tournament.
Right, remember all of you, this is Grimsthorpe we're fighting for. Things have got to a pretty low ebb, but I'm sure we can fight for the school. Grimsthorpe forever.
Well done, Binky.
They seek him here, they seek him there. His clothes are loud, but never square. It will make or break him, so he's got to buy the best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. And when he does his little rounds round the boutiques of London town, eagerly pursuing all the latest fads and trends, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. Who thinks he is a flower to be looked at? And when he pulls his frilly nylon and his raked up tight, he feels a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. There's one thing that he loves, and that is flattery. One week he's in polka dots and next week he's in stripes, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. They seek him here, they seek him there, in Regent Street and Leicester Square. Everywhere the Carnation army marches on, each one a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is, oh yes he is. His world is built round discotheques and parties, pleasure-seeking individual always looks his best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. There's one thing that he loves, and that is flattery. One week he's in polka dots, and next week he's in stripes, 'cause he is a dedicated follower of fashion. They seek him here, they seek him there, in Regent Street and Leicester Square. Everywhere the Carnation army marches on, each one a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. His world is built round discotheques and parties. This pleasure-seeking individual always looks his best, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. Oh yes he is. He flits from shop to shop just like a butterfly. In matters of the cloth he is as fickle as can be, 'cause he's a dedicated follower of fashion. He's a dedicated follower of fashion. He's a dedicated follower of fashion.
Well, we made 17 shillings and 3 pence halfpenny.
That is rather good.
We won't pay the electricity bill for a week.
Okay.
It's not enough.
Well, it's down to the jumble sale then. We really do have to get our parents behind this.
And the local community. Grimsthorpe itself relies on the school. Where would we be without it?
True, true. I'll go to speak with Lord Buckridge down at the hall. He may have some antiques he doesn't want.
Brilliant. It's got to have something we could have, and it must be worth a fortune.
You see, I used to go to tea with him and my parents down at the hall. He may be willing to part with his possessions to someone he knows.
I'll come with you. I've always wanted to have a nosy at the hall.
Right, brilliant. I'll meet you at the back gate at break time. Shall we?
I say, chaps, have you seen the headlines? Apparently someone's stolen the government's top secret nuclear defence plans for some nearby early warning site. We're now at the mercy of the commie red missile strikes. Does that sound a bit serious to you? Hello? Is anyone here? The world is about to end and you're not here to see it. Typical. I wonder if I can invent a defence system that would stop the missiles. I could be a hero, meet the Queen, get a medal. I'd be on tomorrow's world. Wow, there's a thought. I must go straight away. This place is disgusting. Does anyone ever come here?
No. It's out of bounds. But the boys come. There's sometimes mice we can catch. I just thought there might be something for the jumble sale. You know, this is kind of the dumping ground for everything the school's ever owned in its history.
I think I know the answer to that. This place is full of old cricket pads, broken crockery, out-of-date science equipment, and...
Guns!
Guns!
Guns! Look, I told you! These are really, really old. I bet they belong to the first head teacher. I bet he used them for seeing off bad-tempered parents or highwaymen or...
Let's see. Are they loaded?
Don't be daft. Of course not.
Robert, you blithering idiot! You almost took my head off!
Well, at least we know they're in working condition. These must be worth a fortune. I said we grab them for the jumble sale. You know, make them a prime item. Advertise them specially. We'll get Marby to take some photos.
You might be right, but let's just make sure they're safe first, okay? I want to be alive and well for next term, not a martyr to the cause.
Look, Anna, I'm sorry, but you agree. This is a super find.
Yes. Well, let's see how the others getting on.
exactly. More hold. You see, I just thought, seeing as we're now an item, no, a couple. We should do more couple things, you know, like holding hands.
And who says we're an item?
We are, aren't we? I mean, we are, aren't we?
I don't know. Are you in love with me, Dinky?
Love. That is rather a big word. Not quite a word I was expecting. Not just yet. Anyway, are you?
I don't think so. I mean, I like you. I like you more than anyone else I know, but is that love?
Could be. Sounds good to me.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens, shall we? We've not had a row yet. There might be a test. Or you might have to sacrifice your life for me. That would prove it then, wouldn't it?
Well,
I know then that you really love me.
Yes. You see, I was rather hoping it wouldn't come to that, if it's all the same, you see. Obviously, if it did come to it, I of course would. Well, at least I hope. Can we not talk about this and just hold hands? It's a lot easier that way, really.
Sure. Well, we're nearly there. Will he recognise you, do you think?
Oh, bound to. Been a few years since I've been, but he's really rather a decent chap. Quite eccentric. I think you'll like him.
Good. Well, I'm glad we've had this time together. It's good to know where we stand.
Yes, it is. Well, here we are.
I've been speaking with Mater, and she says it's probably for the best that the school's closing down. They say you can't afford to feed anymore, and you'll have to go to a comprehensive school back home.
Comprehensive? That sounds awful. Couldn't you get a scholarship or something?
Me? A scholarship? Have you seen my marks? I'm pretty dumb when it comes to old academia. I'm not like Edward and Mark B. They're both squiffy and clever. I'm just a plodder.
Yes. But you're a very sweet plodder. And you have a certain charisma.
Well, that would be my new aftershave. Do you like it?
I didn't know you started shaving.
Oh, I haven't yet, but I thought I'd get a head start, you know?
You are an idiot.
Thanks. Look, this jumble sale. What about some of the old library books? There's a huge pile outside the library ready for the bonfire. Some of them might be worth a look.
You mean like first editions?
Yeah, that kind of thing. You know, some people pay a lot of money for an old book.
Why not? It's worth the pot. You're so full of good ideas, Robert. I wonder how the others are getting on.
I expect they'll be doing just fine. You know, we'll save the old school yet, even if I won't be allowed to stay.
It's Edward, sir. I used to come to tea here with my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Milligan.
Ah, no. Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Milligan, yes, lovely couple, yes. Remember them really well, don't remember you at all, no. And
this is Lucy, sir. She's a friend. Oh, and a botanist.
Oh, botanist. Oh, excellent. I love botanists. I love flowers. I have a splendid greenhouse. You really must see my orchids there. Do come in. Come in.
Thank you, sir. See, we came to you because the schooling, it's in a spot of bother.
Ah, funding. You come to the wrong person, I'm afraid. We're in the same situation here, having to sell off lots of the family treasures just to keep the wolf from the door.
I am sorry, sir.
Yes, it's the modern world. If the taxman doesn't get you, the commies will.
Well, so you see, we're having a jumble sale. We wondered if you had anything we might sell.
We have this thing here, and I don't know what it is actually, but you're very welcome to take it if you want. I wouldn't miss it at all.
Thank you. I'm sure someone will think it's lovely.
Very nice of you to say so, but I don't think anyone ever will think that's lovely, no.
Is there anything else, sir? Not that this isn't more than enough.
I suppose I could be generous and give you one of our family portraits. The really good stuff's all gone, though. Oh, how about this? It's not very well painted, I know, distant ancestor, but you'd be very welcome to it.
Thank you, sir. It's marvellous. I'm sure it'll fetch hundreds.
Hundreds of pennies, yes, not hundreds of pounds. There you go. Well, I'm really busy. I can hear my orchids calling, and so if you don't mind, I'll see yourself out.
Thank you for the painting of the cherub.
Hello, Roger. Is that a gun you're holding? Jolly dangerous, though you might need it with all these spies around.
What spies?
You know, the ones who sold the secret missile plans? Apparently, they've not been returned yet, and they've stashed them somewhere locally, and they're going to come back and get them in the middle of the night. I say, wouldn't it be spiffing if we were the ones to find them?
Dream on, Mark B. Do you like my guns? I found them in the attic. There's a pair. I mean, I think it might be somewhere something in the jumble sale.
You might be right. Do they still work?
Yeah.
Well, I'd keep them loaded. You never know when you might need them.
Hey, Robert old bean. You're holding a gun.
Yep. There's a pair.
And I also see you have some musty old books fit only for the bonfire.
These are classic first editions, including Dickens. Might be worth a bob or two.
Yes, I'm sure. And we have this cherubim painting from Lord Buckeridge.
He was ever so sweet.
So, looks like success around. Good. Now, we need to publicise the thing so people will actually come. We'll get Pops to give us a hand.
And has anybody seen Markby? So far he seems to be wandering around, wondering about commie spies. Absolutely no use whatsoever.
Oh, he'll come around. He always comes up trumps.
Well, I think it should be safe to move now. The police have gone away and seem to be looking further afield. Guess they think we slipped right through the net.
I guess. I still don't like it. Everyone's in a panic. Everyone thinks that if the Reds get hold of those plans, then they'll just nuke us all.
We'll be long gone before that happens.
Well, what about me old mum? And my little sister? What about them, eh?
Oh, look, stop whining, yeah? I mean, it may never happen. And who's to say we'll sell out to the commies? The Yanks might want the information and be willing to pay for it.
You think?
Bound to. Now, look for that picture. It's going to be here somewhere. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. Creepy old place.
I think we might have a problem. Look.
You're showing me what exactly? Great big empty space. What use is that to us?
Yeah, a great big empty space where the picture used to be. It's gone. Someone must have stolen it.
No, because no one could have known. I mean, how could wait, what's this? It's a leaflet for a school jumble sale. Oh, you don't think? He couldn't have. He must have.
Donated it to the sale. Oh, cripes. This is a bit of a rum deal.
We need to go and get that picture back. We need to get to that school and buy the painting, no matter what it costs. Now, come on, we need to plan.
Do you think anyone will actually buy anything? It all looks a bit of old junk.
One man's rubbish is another man's treasure, Markby. Mr. Potts is already showing a perverse interest in that cherub. He seems to think it's the missing Michelangelo.
That thing, it just looks like a bit of old tat. I guess we can't account for anyone's taste. Anyway, I've been making some robots, and I'm going to sell them too.
Do they work?
Well, you see, the cigarette one works really well at extinguishing them, and the fondue one's quite good. I might buy it myself, actually.
You need to sell it, Markby. The whole idea is to make money.
Well, yes, I know. I have £0.50 to spend today. I might use that and buy it. I think that's what it's worth.
Well, I'm hoping my guns will go for a £5 at least. Mr. Kilpin, the history teacher, says they're 18th century and should really be in a museum.
Miss Bruff says the books are a real treasure. She's got some old school friends coming who are sure to buy. I think we're going to raise over £100. Wouldn't that be amazing?
It would be. Though I suppose we'll be left high and dry with this painting of Lord Buckridge. The more I look at it, the more I realise how awful it really is.
I don't know. It may be useful as a theatre prop or something.
If that picture sells, I'll eat my socks. Look, we want to appear bright and official when the crowds come in. Good. Are we ready? Mark B, at the men. Let the chaos commence.
That was crazy. Has everything gone?
Everything but the picture and the guns. I'm sure they'd go.
I hope I'm not too late. The painting. It's Lord Buckridge. I'm a distant relative. See the likeness? Would £10 be all right?
£10?
Oh, all right then, 15. Let's say £15.
Sold. It's yours. Will you take it away now?
No, I need to go home and collect a car and put it in the boot. Then I'll take it home and put it over the mantelpiece. My wife will be so pleased.
You wouldn't care for some 18th century guns, will you?
Guns, no noisy, brutish things, not for me, just the art. I'm so pleased. Thank you.
Well, looks like we're just in time. There's the picture and it seems to be on solder. I say, mate, how much for the picture?
I'm afraid it's not for sale. Someone's just bought it.
How much did they pay?
£15?
I'll give you 20 if you let me take it away now.
Sorry, sir. It's sold. A deal is a deal. Some relative of Lord Buckridge has bought it and collect it tomorrow evening.
Look, we'll give you £100. No one needs to know anything. Just say 2 burglars came and took it away at night.
Sorry, sir, but it just wouldn't be crooked to sell it to you.
Damn cricket! I want the painting.
One doesn't get. Now I'm afraid that we're closing, so I'm going to have to ask you 2 gentlemen to leave.
But
Okay, we get the picture. In this case, not. We're leaving. And thank you for everything and sorry for causing a bother.
what are you doing?
You heard them. The relatives are collecting the painting tomorrow evening. We come back later, get the papers, and the old geezer can have his painting. No one will be any the wiser.
Oh, you're quite clever, aren't you? Good night then, kids. Hope you've made a bundle.
Am I the only one that thought that was a mighty odd?
I mean, it's not a nice picture.
It is highly suspicious. You don't suppose they know something about it, do you? Like it's covering up a rare Rembrandt or something?
That's an idea.
I could x-ray the painting and find out.
You have an x-ray machine?
No, but I have just invented some x-ray glasses. Here, let me take the painting. I'll see what I can find out.
Well, how much did we make?
£129, 17 shillings and 3p halfpenny. That's massive. Potts and Bruff would be delighted.
It won't be enough, though. What, I was speaking with Matron Pater on the old telephone last night. School needs 20,000 just to pull through. This is a drop in the ocean.
Oh, Edward, you're so depressing. Look, maybe Mark will come up with something.
Well, is it a Rembrandt?
No, it's just what it appears. A badly painted portrait of Lord Buckridge. But hidden behind the frame was the secret missile plans. The missing secret missile plans. I think I might just have saved the world.
This is wrong. We need to get the plans to the police.
Lucy's right.
She's right. We have the chance to do something amazing here. Isn't there a rewarding to the capture of the spies?
That's right. 25,000?
Don't you see? This is our chance to do something amazing. We could set a trap, capture the crooks, save the school, and
And you?
Oh, nothing. Look, we can outwit a couple of spies between us. We're the cream of Grimsthorpe's brains. And we have Markby, who could probably electrocute them or something.
That would be fun. And would serve them right for putting the world on red alert.
I'm not sure about this.
Well,
It all strikes me as terribly dangerous and a tad risky.
be sure. We're
Come
doing
on,
this.
John. It's your chance to show what girls are made of.
I don't know.
Well, be sure. This is our chance. We're doing this. If it helps, we'll put the plans somewhere safe and replace one of the counterfeits set. Markby, can you come up with something that's like the plans double quick?
No problem. I'll whip something up. I usually have a spare pair of missile notes in my physics books anyway. An awfully boring lesson.
Right. Well, Edwards, that's the plans. Keep them safe. And no account is in your hands.
I'm really not rather sure about this, Robert.
Well, be sure. Come on, guys. I say this turned out to be a jolly exciting term, after all.
This is wrong, Pinky. We need to get the plans to the police.
Well, you are right. But the police station is closed now. We'll go in the morning. In the meantime, where on earth are we hiding these?
Perhaps in the hollow handle of my lacrosse stick. I've been having issues with them recently and the top came off. It just needs a bit of sports tape, but no one would ever look there.
Super idea, Flower. I say, when this is all over, would you like to meet my parents? I mean, for tea.
That's a bit forward, isn't it?
It makes it more official. I want Mater and Pater to know about you. Obviously, I've written, I spoke about this super botanist, real whiz at wildflowers and such, but never...
Mention that we kissed in the meadow suite or held hands amongst the early purple orchids last year. Did you mention buying me a Valentine's card that was so big I had to fold it 4 times to fit inside my locker?
Well, it was symbolic of how I felt.
I'd love to meet them. And you ought to meet mine. I've told my parents about you. Mumsy says I'm not to be silly, but I told her I was serious, that we were serious. She just laughed at me, but perhaps if she saw us together...
I agree. You see, it's all getting a bit serious, isn't it? When you're at school, it's like being in a play or novel. It's just a bit of fun. And then things like this happens and you realise this is real life and you're living it. I don't think I'll ever be ready for the real world.
I hope I'll never be. Right, enough navel gazing. Time to whip up a repair of my lacrosse stick. Come in.
So, you reckon, if we manage to electrify the painting, we can wait, and then when the spies come along to neck the thing, splat!
Yes, a piece of cake. I just need to calculate the right amount of power. So, not to kill the poor blighters.
Good.
Just want to raise a few hairs and generally shock them into submission.
We'll need skipping ropes and hockey sticks and lacrosse sticks. Just so that we can do a bit of damage if things get out of hand. I just fancy getting a spy whack round the noggin.
Don't get too carried away. We can only use reasonable force, remember?
Yes. Right. So it's agreed. We meet back here later, and Markby, you start ready to flick the killer switch.
Well, it won't be a killer switch. But yes, I'll be ready. I've learned a lot from my past mistakes. This is going to be good.
Easy as pie getting in here. Now, the old man can have his painting, and we can have our secrets, and all will be well with the world.
Yeah, all that except nuclear Armageddon. But let's just get on with it. Look, the painting's over there.
Now!
Fingers! Wait, no! Ow! Stop it! Ow! Quick, out the window!
But what about the drop?
Oh, it's just a risk we'll have to...
They got away.
Still, we've got the plans, and between us we should be able to give a great description of the spies.
Then we can still get the reward.
Bound to. It'll be all over the news, especially when we hand the plans in. Grimsthorpe will be seen as a school for heroes and adventurers. We'll save the old school.
Am I to assume that by the lack of incarcerated prisoners the trap failed?
They got away. And I never got to fire my guns.
We had a terrific scrap. There'll be a massive bruise in the morning.
And the shocking picture worked a treat. Only the smallest hint of burning flesh.
Nice.
I think I managed to break one of their noses with your lacrosse stick, Lucy. They took it when they got away. Terribly sorry.
My lacrosse stick?
Yes, is there a problem with that?
Where is it now?
I think that's the stick the thieves grabbed when they ran.
That's the stick the thieves grabbed when they ran.
Pinky, are you quite okay? I mean, you seem to have a severe dose of paratitis.
Paratitis?
See?
We hid the plans in my lacrosse stick, in the hollow handle.
Hid the plans in the hollow handle.
The stick the spies grabbed.
Then they got the plans after all. The school's finished. No more reward.
No more Grimsthorpe.
No more planet Earth. Boom. Nuclear Armageddon.
Ow! Oh, I think I landed on something. Oh yeah. Look, we've got to go back.
We can't go back. We've been discovered. They've told the police by now. Our descriptions will be in every cop court in the UK, and our photos will be on every notice board, on every port. We're finished.
No, not if we're quick. No, they won't be expecting us to move so fast. If we move now, we might be able to get away with this. I've got a mate. He can whip you up a disguise so good not even your own mother will recognise you.
Oh, that won't really matter, won't it? When she turns to ash in the Holocaust.
Oh, wine.
Well, I'm sorry for mentioning it, but it matters, you know.
I don't even know what I'm partners with you. I could do so much better on my own.
Oh, really? You can you? Well, let's see how you get on then. Oh, I don't want any part of this. You're on your own.
Fine. That's just the way I like, actually. Tell you what, I'll be thinking of you when I'm sat on that beach in Chile, sipping wine and dangling some exotic chick on my knee.
As if. Even if you were as rich as King Midas, you couldn't get a chick. What with your face and your bad breath.
Oh, getting personal, are we? Well, on the subject of smell.
Thank you. Goodbye. I'm off, but don't think you'll be getting that painting. I'm getting it first and saving my mother, if it's the last thing I do.
Ow. And there was one. It was fine by me. Where's that stick? Handy little weapon, innit? I think I'll take it with me when I go back. I'm not losing out on a fortune because of a bunch of kids. Oh.
So, kind of feels like this could be the end. The end of my time here. The end of the school. The end of the world. The end of us.
That's a bit dramatic, isn't it?
I'm a realist. I can see when I'm beaten.
Like in softball, or badminton, or tennis.
You don't always win.
Is that all your memory tells you? Well, memory cheats. Remember that.
And I suspect so do you. It's unnatural that a girl should beat a boy at a sport.
Unnatural. you do realise how offensive you're being at the moment. I think you're right. I think this is the end of us. In fact, I'm not sure what I ever saw in you.
My charm and natural leadership skills, you said.
Well, yes. But they've been sadly lacking these past few days. Even Roger has shown more initiative than you.
Now look who's being offensive. Look, Anna, you must know how I feel. I'm crazy about you. If we were any older, I'd be asking us to run away and get married before the world goes boom.
Crazy sounds about right. And yes, I do know. And to be perfectly honest, the feeling is mutual, though a little diluted these past few minutes. You want to marry me?
Well,
Seriously?
yes. At least, I think so.
Well, we'll just have to make sure that day comes. We need a plan to get the plans back and avert nuclear catastrophe.
Right. Any ideas?
Hey, Flower. Robert was about to tell us his big idea.
I was?
You were?
Oh, yes, that's right. So, I think...
You think they're going to try again and do it soon?
Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. I think they're going to try again, and soon. In fact, they might even be on their way here now. And we need to be ready. Moppy, can you read your lecture thing on the painting?
Oh, no, they won't fall for the same trick twice.
Why not? They didn't strike me as criminal masterminds.
And then how did you reach that conclusion? I seem to recall you were in a 30-second scrap with barely a word spoken.
Well, intuition. I mean, what kind of criminals put top secret plans in the portrait of some dusty old lord? Stupid ones, that's who.
You're not wrong there.
Don't move! I'll shoot! Put your hands up!
Well, if I put my hands up, then I'll be moving, and then you shoot me.
Oh, yeah. Just stay where you are.
Look, I've come to warn you. My erstwhile colleague...
Erstwhile? Erstwhile? Anyone?
Former.
Thanks, Winky. So, your erstwhile colleague. Go on.
He's mad. Well, all he wants is to be rich, and he doesn't mind if he'll destroy the whole country doing it. Well, he's coming back to get that painting and the plans with it.
Then we still have a chance. We can get the spy. We can get the plans, and we can still gain the reward.
But he already has the plans.
He has?
He has. Hidden inside of Lucy's lacrosse stick.
Well, that's pretty clever, actually. Well, what's happening? So?
He'll be armed and dangerous.
He'll be armed and dangerous?
I'm armed and dangerous.
Don't need to tell me twice.
What are you going to do then?
I have an idea. I've been working on this new superglue.
Police seem to have gone. No one left to guard the place. This school is either really stupid or it can't afford to protect itself. Either way, I'll be in and out quick as lightning. And I don't have that idiot Darby to worry about. How I got mixed up with him in the first place, I'll never know. Now then. Oh, cripes, this room is a mess. Aren't they Ford cleaners? I mean, it looks like they've spilled milk all over the floor. No worries, I'll just grab the picture and be out as quick as I can. To put me insulating gloves on in case I try again. I knew I left something. At least I got my stick. Wait, where's it? I must have rolled off somewhere. No, not here. Odd. Oh, I don't think the school's haunted, do you? Well, ghosts can have it. I'll just grab the picture and be on my way. And then, steady. Come on. Ooh. Oh no. I'm stuck. Oh, what tarnished is going on?
Hello, Jeff.
Oh, is this your doing? Ah, you want the plans all to yourself? Well, I'll just have all the contacts, so, partners? Just get me out of this mess and we can split things, 50-50 like.
Can't do that, Jeff. Don't have the antidote, or whatever.
But I do.
I'm already going to use it when the police arrive. Eunuch's son, as they say.
So near and yet so far. Barbie?
I can't help you, mate. I'm a good man now. I don't want to do any of those bad things these kids. Well, you know what? I think I want to be a teacher. These kids are an inspiration.
These kids are a
Don't
bunch
say
of...
another word, I'll blast the lumps from your ears.
I would do exactly as he says. He's been looking to use that gun for a while, and you look like an easy target.
And to think, you could have gotten away with it.
To think, you had the plan all along.
Hidden away in my lacrosse stick.
You could have got away with it.
Think you might have blown the world to kingdom come. Tap tap.
But now you'll be reading the motorcycle news and the Beano while in the cell. Bad luck.
Right, time to call the head and the police. Stick around, won't you?
Yes, thanks to the wonderful offices of our students in their help in capturing those terrorist thieves, well, we have been awarded the reward from the government for the sums of tens of thousands of pounds, which is quite enough to repair our school and keep us going. And what with the magnificent funds raised at the jumble sale, oh well, I'm sure our school will become a centre of excellence for years to come.
What's more, the publicity gained by the school means that we are inundated with students wanting to attend such a heroic institution. This school is going to be around for a long time to come, and it's all thanks to you.
Yes, and as a special thanks to you from all the staff, we are giving you an additional week's holiday starting this Friday. Now, we have let your parents know, and as sad as we are to see you go, we look forward to welcoming you back to our newly refurbished domain in the new term.
So once again, thank you to all of you, and we hope you enjoy your last few days free from worry, free from adventure, if you can manage it, and free from danger.
My last few days. Can't bear it.
I'm so sorry, Robert. Is there nothing that can be done to save your place?
Not unless they win the pools. And that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
They don't do the pools.
Robert, your parents are on the phone. They've just won the football pools on their first attempt, and they want to talk to you about staying on for another year.
You're joking!
Robert, if I were joking, I'd say what's green and goes up and down.
A gooseberry lift!
Oh, you've heard that one before. Well, come on anyway. Chop, chop, yeah, they're waiting.
I'll come with you, Robert. You might need someone to hold your hand.
Well, another adventure over then.
And the new one begins.
You mean us?
Yes, I mean us. It's getting a bit serious now, isn't it? This might be it. You and me, forever.
Yes, it might be. But let's have fun finding out, hey?
Gone again. How come it's always me that's left on their own at the end? I suppose they forget that if it wasn't for my glue... Ah well, the unsung hero of every tale. That's me. I guess I'm happy with that. Besides, I've just come up with a new invention. The camera the size of a flying bee. Imagine what you could do with that. Ah, I see you are. And with that, I'll leave you. It appears we've come to our end.